Hello everybody, this is Phil Clam, District Administrator at Walworth School, and I'm excited to be here today with Jaffe Wojcik, a parent and community member here at Walworth, to talk about how we love Walworth. Hi Jaffe, thanks for being here.
Hi, Mr. Clam. Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a few things that you love about Walworth?
Yeah, specifically, I think I just want to kind of share our story about what we love about Walworth. About last year, we found our dream home, and it was a property that we loved and a home that we just really loved, and it would have fit our family really well. Except for the only thing that was wrong with it was it would have taken us out of this community. And since we started parenting almost 11 years ago, I'm going to date myself here, but we have always felt the strength of the community in our children. I mean, there are people that have shown up in ways that support and encourage our children's growth and development, and to us, that's what builds character. There's so many parts to raising a child, and the old saying, it takes a village, is true, but this is that village for us, and we just feel like this is the right place for our family. Because there's so many things that we find value in that you couldn't get a lot of other places, and it's not for lack of us looking. We've definitely looked, but we feel like this is the best place. And specifically, I would say a big shout out to the teachers here, and you, of course, but the teachers here at Walworth, they are incredible. The way they go above and beyond for their students, for our kids, for the families here. It's not a 8 to 4 job. It is definitely a life mission. Specifically, Kathy Bolger, she has had 2 of my kids so far in class, and she just pours her heart and soul into her classroom, into her kids, and it's so valuable to us. There are 2 instances that stick out in my mind. One, my son had a really bad day one day. It was Friday the 13th, of course, and there was a lot of things that happened that went really wrong for him, and there was nothing he could have done to prevent it. It was just a bad string of events. And she knew that. She came to our house after the day was over. Instead of just going home or doing whatever she wanted to do after school, she came over to our house, showed up, gave my son a huge hug, and sat with us on my couch, and she just made what was a horrible day a very teachable moment for him. And I know that day, although it was bad, it's going to help grow his character. And it was because of how it was handled, because that would have happened anywhere, but how it was handled was so beautiful to us, and it just meant so much that she took the time to correct it but teach him through it. And that just goes to show it's her mission, it's her legacy of what she does, and it's so appreciated by us. And then another time, my kids were at a piano recital, and they were both very nervous to be up on stage in front of a whole group of people. And when they looked out in the audience, they saw Mrs. Bolger. And she not only stayed through the entire hour-and-a-half recital, but she then showed up after, met them on stage, gave them big hugs, and brought them both little presents. And to this day, they both really value the presents that she brought them. And did she have to do that? No, but she just wanted to, because she really does love, teaching. She loves shaping children and encouraging their growth. And that was an extension of her classroom. Even though it had nothing to do with her, we just were so blown away by that. And then I would like to shout out Mrs. Nemeth. So my story specifically, when we had the pandemic, I was going to have our 3rd baby, and it coincided with the exact date that the kids were all going back to school. And so she helped me navigate how to get my kids to school virtually during the pandemic while having a brand new baby at our house, and just kind of navigating that transition really well, which was really confusing to me at the time. But she was so calm and patient with me, and she gave me a really great stepped process. And then since then, her and my daughter have been just great buds. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but she's just really nurtured a great relationship with my daughter and been a mentor, been a tutor, been, just a really great role model for her. And I see that relationship going on, for a long time. So we really appreciate all that she's done. Another person, Mrs. Treskler, she's been incredible with, even though my daughter is out of her class, every day after school she walks her out, gives her a big hug, they talk about their days, and she just goes the extra mile, even though she does not have to. But it's about encouraging the children as a whole. It's not just about the academics, it's about building their characters, nurturing the relationships, and just being great mentors and knowing that they're there for our kids. And to us, we could never pull our kids out of the school for that because it's so valuable. I think that kind of sums up our story, but we just love Walworth for that reason.
Wow, thank you for saying all those wonderful things, and thank you for all that you and your family have done for our school and all that you'll continue to do. You and your family are one of the reasons why I love Walworth, so thank you.
We appreciate it.